Hi y'all, Innate Illumination here, Macy here. Woo! I'm here to deliver a message. The invitation. The invitation is either very much on its way or it is here. It has presented itself. And if you're thinking, in what way? Especially for you projectors, for all y'all projectors out there, including me. I used to think that invitations came in a specific package, and I will say that the invitation that I received in these past 2 weeks was not the invitation that I was expecting that would launch me into this next phase that I have been feeling has been coming. And I know if you're watching this, you have been feeling this for quite some time as well. Have been getting signs for like 7-8 months to a year. I felt really pulled to speak on this message today, especially because I saw hundreds and hundreds of crows today surrounding the house. For me, that can mean a lot of different things. And again, take the signs with your own discretion and your own intuition when I deliver this message. Crows, vultures aren't necessarily a bad omen. Bad and good really exist and coexist together. There is no separation between the two. These are just labels. Crows, I feel like, are an omen to face death and to face the transition of what has died and what is dying, because this new phase, it's just a natural cyclical thing. Like when something decays into the earth and the mycelium eat it up and grow from that. Like something is growing out of the death of what's happening to you. This shedding of the skin that's happening in this year of the 9, year of the snake. This is definitely a big karmic shift, a big shedding. And to go into this next phase, a lot is not coming with. And I know that that can't be easy, so we're all kind of moving through that right now. Yeah, so this is an invitation, and I pulled this card quite a while back in my mischief deck, my medieval mischief deck. And let me see real quick on here. Wow. Okay, so this is a fire and a water card. For me, I was like, okay, like, how is this invitation going to present itself? And to some, it can look like collaboration. It can look like an invitation to join something, to go somewhere. The thing is that I feel like it's not coming in the way that a lot of us expect. Okay, there's another like 200 blackbirds that just flew over me. As confirmation, this invitation may not come in the way that you expect. For me, the invitation came through a very volatile confrontation, and one that I feel like maybe had been avoided for quite some time. If you're seeing this, you may be feeling that vibe or may have felt that vibe as well. That this is a confrontation that needed to happen for quite some time, and even now you may be working through, as I'm feeling like, ooh, in the heart space, just some energy there, that is just ready to be shed, is ready to be released. So this invitation is not coming in the way, or has not come in the way that you expected. One that is quite literally pushing you and propelling you into this next phase. One that really forced you to look at death in the face, look at all your darkest shadows in the face, and to really look at what's not serving you in the face. I'm hearing confrontation, I'm hearing breakups, I'm hearing moving. Again, use your discernment and your discretion with this. This message is going to come and resonate in your own unique way. Especially for y'all projectors, I feel like waiting for the invitation is like, sometimes I feel like there can be this sense of like staying in this waiting energy and staying in the waiting game to a fault. And I feel like if you've been in this waiting energy, like waiting for something to propel you on, just recognizing, and I'm sure you already have if you're watching this, recognizing that regardless if you're a projector or not, that you can take action regardless. And that the invitation really came in a way that forced you to look at everything and forced you to make a decision based on the invitation given to you, based on the invitation that that was not all butterflies and rainbows, that wasn't the invitation that you thought you were going to get. And the invitation more so came in the form of a person, a place, a situation, an environment that invited you to take inspired action, to leave that place, to leave that situation, to leave that relationship. And I'm also hearing not always just physical. I'm also hearing leaving a limiting belief behind, leaving habits behind, self-talk behind that just doesn't serve you anymore. When I initially pulled this invitation card quite a while back, again, fire and water, elements that don't necessarily seem like they would go hand in hand together, but these are elements that are definitely presenting themselves, ones that are definitely present in a way where facing your emotions and facing the emotions that come with the burning of everything that is happening as it is quite literally in your face. I'm hearing it this time, and that there is actions being taken, and it's almost too as if you've learned how to be patient in this process no matter how hard it gets, and that trusting that this transition is happening at the pace that it's meant to, and that there are steps being taken, I'm hearing, that are allowing you to step through this door, that this door has been there, that as you are closing the door that is behind you, you're turning around and seeing that this door has been waiting for you, and no shame around the fact that it has been. You were only able to see it when you were able to see it. When I pulled that invitation card a while back, I also pulled, the Five of Swords. One that comes with, it may trigger abandonment. It may trigger the reaction of others that may not fully understand this transition that you may be moving through. And this is an air sign. This is like an understanding, an inner standing too, that that there was this attachment in the mind, that the mind was going, and the mind may have been really moving through, detaching from a lot of this, while also still trying to feel like, only making sense of this as much as it can be made sense of. At the same time, knowing that as you feel through this burning, as you feel through this purging, as you feel through this shedding, and acknowledging it, it's almost as if you've come to a point where you know not to sit in it too long, without emotionally bypassing, really allowing yourself to feel it, as well as there still may be, especially with some of these astrological, with some of these planets in the last degrees of Pisces, there is some mind games going on, and it's almost as if you have learned to navigate this in a way where this turning of the back, this almost what feels like a stab in the back, doesn't feel as personal anymore, and that you know that this is just a reaction from others, and it's no longer a reflection of you. At one point it may have been. At one point you may have recognized that that this abandonment feeling was something that you may have been reflected back to you to learn something, to love yourself through this process, to love yourself through even some isolation. And what's to come of all of that? What is to come of all of that? Connection. 10 of Cups. Connection, whether it's with a group of people, a vibe tribe, one specific individual, or yourself, and I feel like it starts with yourself, right? I feel like it starts with yourself. This connection, this emotional connection, everything that you've been through has really allowed you to tap into these emotions and acknowledge them, so that when you do face, like, you've been practicing how to receive this. You've been practicing how to receive this because you've been practicing how to receive self-love from yourself. So that when this opportunity comes, if it hasn't already, or if you're already in the process of transitioning into something that your body is already feeling that this is here, just know that it's going to come when it's meant to for you, and to just have faith. Yeah, this message came through the form of confrontation, hard truth, disconnection, inviting you to move on. That's the invitation right now. Yeah, no one told me the invitation was going to be what I thought it would be. And that I'll know when I know, and now I know. Now it's staring at me blank in the face, skeleton woman energy, just straight up. And I know skeleton woman, like I've mentioned in past videos and messages, that she comes when love is ready to be here. She comes when you've been calling in self-love and fostering self-love, and the next stage that you've been calling in is a vibe tribe, is a connection, is collaboration, and the skeleton woman only comes when that is also on its way. So just know, anything that you're facing right now, any hardships, any death that you're quite literally staring in the face, anything that you're disconnecting from, or detaching from, or shedding from, whatever's falling away is meant to. Will it always be dead and gone? That is very much interchangeable. The only constant is change. So if there's anyone who's willing to grow with you or later on, that is up to you. And that is something I know that you're intuitively growing and using your discernment on and with. And Lord, do I know it invited me to take action, this invitation. There's a lot of Aries energy in the game right now, this energy of taking action, and I know that y'all are like, well, it's not in the way that I expected it to be. Just know that, like my last message, it ain't going to be perfect. It's not going to be, because you're not perfect. Who is? This is a human experience. To leap even if you don't feel ready. Sure, you may be in the planning stage, Virgo full moon energy. Once this new moon in the sign of inspired action, Aries, comes in the next 2 weeks, with the intention, like every new moon, is to rest, reflect, and cleanse and release what's not meant for you. I know it's bringing in and making more space for this next phase, allowing you to take inspired action when you feel called to, and also knowing that you're done waiting and that you're done kind of trying to have it look or be perfect or how you thought it would be, that trusting that by taking the sleep, whatever it looks like, feels like, that there is growth, collaboration, inspired change with you and with others. I'm hearing that it is launching you into the next phase of your life, whether it feels like that or looks like that or not to you right now. Yeah, it's kickstarting the sleep, this Aries energy. And this new moon, man, First we had a blood moon in Virgo. Shedding imperfection. The highlight of that. The highlight of like really coming face to face with planning what it's going to be like to actually make this leap. It's real. It's real now. And Aries sure is making it real. These birds agree with me. It's kickstarting this leap that is happening in all caps, and you know it's inevitable. Again, use your discernment. Everyone's leap is in their own timeline and at their own pace. But I feel like if you're watching this message, and astrologically, if you're following anything or any, like whether you follow it or not, and you're feeling this kind of energy, I'm going to take a deep breath real quick. This Aries energy is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of action. And really feeling out and working with this fire energy, especially if you don't have a lot in your chart like I do. The only fire I have in my chart is my Chiron, my wounded healer, my descendant sign as well. I feel like I have one more that I can't remember right now. So a lot of shadow energy. And I feel like a lot of shadows are being pulled up right now in regards to actually taking action, regardless of what people think, regardless of what people, see your life as. It is your life. It is yours and yours alone. And when you leave this earth, it will be yours and yours alone. This is your soul and the body that is residing in your body. Again, use your discernment when the sleep is happening, but I feel like you know that it's here. If you're watching this, I'm setting the intention that this message will find you when you get the invitation to let go and step into something new and unknown, and to take the leap anyway. Whether you see this within 24 hours of me posting this, or in 3 months, or in a week, I trust that you will find this message when you're meant to, whether it's a year from now. Especially you, Saturn and Aries loves, my, 96 to 99 babies, 96 to 98, but I know that retrograde happens, so a few of you in 99 as well. Saturn and Aries babies, y'all get ready, because this Saturn return is a-coming. And I feel like maybe I'll make a completely separate video before May when that happens. Because my Saturn return was one of my first conscious awakenings, and I came back into my body during that time. Saturn returns happen when an individual moves from their solar plexus phase and stage of life, their first one anyway, to their first heart phase. Correction, it's actually when someone moves from their heart phase into their throat chakra phase, where all of the lower chakras are brought through the center and up to the top chakras. And for me, it also felt like a top-bottom process as well, where a lot of my top chakras were very much opened and continuing to open, and it was in grounding them that was my lesson when I moved into my throat phase. I feel like maybe I also need to make a separate video of that. I'm going to go write this down when I go back inside. So a Saturn and Aries video, as well as a chakra phase video. Comment down below if you're interested in either one of those, or if you're feeling called to learn a little bit more about what that means for you individually and on your unique path. But yeah, my Saturn return was huge, and I felt invitations during that time, and now I'm feeling another one. Yeah, there's definitely a marriage here. So many signs of a marriage, whether that's physical or a collaboration or finding a vibe tribe or being with a group of people. There is quite literally a marriage, and I'm seeing it with these birds here too. They're just flying around each other, and this is mating season, y'all. This is mating season for birds, okay? Yeah. Learning how to receive, especially y'all projectors who can quite easily tap into everyone else's energy and learn how to give. This is the time to practice how to receive this love, how to receive this vibe tribe energy, how to receive this kind of energy, whether that's platonic, romantic, and or both. That in detaching and letting go, don't close your heart off fully. Make healthy boundaries, set healthy boundaries, physical, mental, spiritual, energetic. But just remember not to fully close off your heart, because this is here and this is coming, and I know you're already feeling it. It has already come because it already exists within you. Ooh, lots of confirmation burps. I'm having a lot of heart clearing. Even just, this is a message for me as well. Whether you see this during eclipse season or not, this message will come to you when you get that big ass envelope from the universe. And this takes me back to a dream that I had a while back, of me opening like a gigantic envelope. And it was like 10 times the size of my body. And I felt a lot of Alice in Wonderland vibes, because when I opened it, it was literally a rabbit hole. And I peer down into it, and it's bottomless, and it's windy, and it's cold, and I became immediately fearful. And I didn't go down it. I was too scared. And now I feel like I'm ready to go down it, because this invitation, it showed me that this invitation was coming, and that I was kind of already getting the signs of that invitation. And it was like a matter of like, how far am I willing to like, allow this energy that doesn't serve me anymore to push me more down this rabbit hole, like quite literally just push me. I've been seeing a lot of white rabbits as well, not physically, but just in all different forms. The white rabbit is everywhere. I know I experienced my first conscious white rabbit in 2020. I know a lot of y'all did, if not before that. Yeah, it's gonna not initially look inviting, this energy, especially the year of the snake, especially in this 9-year energy. This is an ending year, as well as the birth of something new. And in order to do so, it's almost like, there's this energy of being in the womb. The sun hasn't hit you yet. Like, you haven't taken your first breath, but you're practicing how to receive that oxygen. And there have been little gasps of air. There have been little glimmers. And I know that y'all have seen it, whether it's through numerology, astrology, nature, dreams, tarot, whatever that is for you. The universe communicates in very unique and special ways. So whatever that is to you, continue to recognize the signs, continue to take steps that support your journey, I also did hear today when like hundreds, if not 1,000 blackbirds were around my house. I also got follow the love. You may feel like you need to continue to rush, but remember the message of the big pause. You are at the end of the big pause. Continue to go at the pace that you feel called to. Yes, you may be feeling the energy is moving a little bit faster, and you may also be moving with it. Remember to pause. Remember to honor the cycles, especially if you are synced up to the moon. And you have your sacred bleeding cycle around that time. Honor those cycles still. Take time to take action during that time when you feel called to. Still do your baths, your steams, your teas. Like, continue to practice those things, because that really will help you move in the pace that you're meant to. There's this energy of like, these choices are so still very new. And that there may be this energy, like, it's kind of a mixture of like not needing to be perfect, as well as being fearful that you may be stepping into something from the past just in order to get through to this next phase. Just know that even if you do, you're still going on to the next phase. Like, you still are going there. You already feel it. It's already happened. You're just on your way to it. So just trust yourself in this process and know that the inspired action you're taking, the universe hears it and sees it and is happening for you. So yeah, this envelope that I didn't initially jump through or go down this rabbit hole, it's almost as if like, yeah, it didn't initially look appealing. I mean, it means looking at your shadows in the face. It means processing trauma even. It means processing hard emotions. And I will let you know I hold one-on-one breath work as well as astrology connection sessions that really help people process trauma and move through and acknowledge emotions that they're ready to bring up to the surface, to meet you where you're at, and to not force any release, to not force any emotion to come up to the surface. It's really what you're open and available to breathing with. And breathwork really allows for someone to tap into their nervous system so that they can energetically and physically actually move through and process things, and not just have it just in the mind, because the mind neurologically holds things that end up sometimes causing physical ailments, mental ailments, and things like that. And what breathwork really helps to do is bring it into the body and ground someone while moving through uncomfortable emotions, and allow this emotion, energy, and motion to move through the body and be released when it's ready to feel into any emotions. There is no wrong emotion or sensation. And that's why I feel passionate about doing that. And when I when I read these messages and relay these messages here, I like to let people know that there are options, that I'm here to support you. I'm here to meet you where you're at. Yeah, I'll link my my breathwork availability below, as well as my podcast, me talking about moving through these emotions myself, and what that did to my body. And yeah, for the end of this message, yeah, facing this rabbit hole isn't necessarily easy. And that in doing so, it really can help acknowledge it's in moving through the fear that really gets someone to, that gets me. I'm in this, I'm at the very end of a liminal stage. And it's not easy. It's not butterflies and rainbows. At the same time, there really are glimmers of hope. I've seen cardinals throughout this message. I've been hearing birds. I'm seeing 2 kitties right now. There are continued messages through the darkness, and just know that these are glimmers that are telling you that, like, just keep going, because there is good within you and it's being shown around you. And that the environment that you're stepping into has already been created within, and to continue to hold on. Let me see where this was. Okay. Yeah. This rabbit hole is full of mystery and curious Alice vibes for sure. The invitation seems scary, yet you feel deep down you're meant to explore it. Explore these emotions, explore all of it. I have 2 activations, one with the Age of Aquarius and one with the Year of the Snake. And this really helps to explore these energies, explore looking at the shadow, explore dancing with the shadow, explore skeleton woman energy, explore the energy that is present because it's here and it's being felt. And regardless if you decide to face it or not, these activation workshops really help to to utilize tools and resources that can help you navigate these energies and move through these energies in a self-healing way, and navigate personal practices that help you to move through these transitions. You got this. You can do anything, and you are the right Alice. I love y'all. I'm here to support you if you feel called for one-on-one support, and just know whenever you see this message and receive this invitation, even if it's not how you initially thought it would present itself, know that this is still a divine invitation and that you are more than capable to get through this, and you got this. You are divine. Until next time, y'all.